Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your November 2020 Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa, and this is Tessa's Tarot. I have to say right off the bat, I'm really excited to get into your guys' reading because there's a lot of I just keep getting the feeling that there's going to be some really powerful and strong messages for you guys, okay? Like, I was doing my Instagram this morning, and getting I was just getting some really strong earth energies kind of like coming up from like the depths of my soul, the depths of my heart, just some really strong, intense kind of energies. And with you guys having your full moon so for Halloween, it's going to be a full moon in Taurus. Sorry, the Mercury retrograde is still kind of like muffling up my communication a little bit. Yesterday was kind of the worst, and my energy was like kind of drained yesterday. Today I definitely have a little bit more of a raw kind of, like energy. I definitely kind of have this really strong force of will that's going on inside me right now. The fact that the zodiac sign right before you guys is Aries, Aries' reading was like so forceful. Okay, so like if you think of like cause and effect and you think about how energy kind of acts as like this string that pulls things along. And then if you think about the zodiac signs and you think Aries is first and then you guys and then Gemini, and if you kind of think of things in that order, and Aries, because they're the first sign of the zodiac, they're like the initiators. They're the ones who like put that initial fire energy out into the universe. And currently Mars is in Aries, and like that energy is so strong. Energy for Aries right now is really, really intense. And that energy, and then aside from Mars being in Aries, the zodiac sign before Aries, the end of the zodiac cycle, Pisces, their sign is also in their home planet of Neptune. So it's like their energy is hella intense right now. So it's kind of like amplifying everything. I really feel like it's like amplifying. And so like I feel like for you guys this intensity is kind of coming through in you guys as well. And then with the full moon coming, like I feel like you're really feeling the intensity of like the Mars in Aries and the Neptune in Pisces, like, and it's really kind of like rooting you to your more primitive kind of like energy, like there's something kind of primitive sort of coming up into the collective consciousness. And the fact that we're in Scorpio season, and Scorpio season is very heavy, okay? And Scorpio is a fixed water sign, and you guys are a fixed earth sign. So that water energy that Scorpio brings out during this time of year, that heaviness, like it kind of wants to resurrect itself, okay? It wants to rise up into a higher state of consciousness, into a higher state of awareness. That kind of darker, more like, that very primitive, possessive, kind of controlling, more darker nature to Scorpio and that type of sign. It wants to rise to the surface into a higher state of awareness. So that and your full moon is kind of like amplifying that. So I feel like it's kind of, there's this sense of things rising up to the surface into a higher state of consciousness from like the depths, from like the pit. And the Aries is like forcing it from the bottom. So I don't know if that's like making sense for you guys, but I don't know. I'm just really like, I'm just feeling the energy, and I'm feeling the that more kind of primitive and more deeply, deeper rooted sort of, will and drive. And I feel like it's kind of like coming from that Aries energy, that Mars energy, that pioneering energy. They're the ones who are like, create, build, they give that spark of fire that makes people want to like start new projects and build. That's the inspiration. And then Earth comes in and they start thinking about the practical matters of how to make it happen. They start thinking about the earthly materials that you need to actually put this into existence. So that is kind of like the energy that I'm getting. So without further ado, I did pre-shuffle both the Oracle and the Tarot decks, so they're ready to go. I'm using Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and I'm using Influence of the Angels Tarot. I'm going to pull 11 Oracle cards, with one card being that underlying energy that's pulling things forward. And then one Tarot card for each Oracle card. And then I'm going to pull out 3 Tarot cards at the very end to kind of like wrap everything up and see how that underlying energy is pulling things forward, okay? So for underlying energy, we have Guardian Angel. And with this Guardian Angel, it's like there's something, Taurus, you guys are, I feel like there's something about your guys' sign, and there's something about your energy where like you're always being protected. I don't know, like there's always a sense of protection for you guys, because you guys represent, Taurus has, you guys have the planet Venus, right, along with Libra, but you have Venus, and Venus is the element of Earth, okay, it's Venus, but like it holds the Earth element. You have that Empress energy, so there's like, it's like the universe needs to protect you. It's like you guys really carry that feminine, nurturing, like this quality to you that just needs to make sure everything is going smooth on Earth. It's kind of like this divine feminine, just you know, like there's just like this inner peace and like harmony that you guys are being directly given from Venus, from the Empress. The Empress is represents Venus in tarot. So like that's like your guardian angel. Like you have a guardian angel, and especially right now, it's like you're kind of like you're being looked after in that sense, like by these other realms and stuff. Okay, and then we have perception. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling these cards. And I'm just going to, if things just start coming to me, I'm going to talk. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep pulling them until release. Just because with this Mercury retrograde, there tends to be some blockages that come up a little bit here and there. So, you know, but don't worry, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay, and then we have intuition. Yeah, so it's just all about changing your perception, releasing, and you know, full moons are about releasing this old energy and going into these higher states of awareness. Intuition, I feel like, is pretty strong right now. Grace, I feel like the Grace card is like hella Taurian. You know, like you guys just have this like fluidity to you that's just like beautiful and natural and like earthy. Venus inspired, kindred spirits, okay? So if you are, if you have a partner right now, or if you have like a best friend, that definitely speaks on that. Enchantment, getting lost in some magic, okay? So you might actually really feel the effects of this full moon in a very magical, mystical kind of way. Maybe a little superstitious too. We have hope. So I kind of see you making some wishes, you know, because full moons are really great for manifestation, making kind of a wish for the future about new beginnings. Okay, we have purity. I mean, Scorpio season is definitely about purification. We have trust, kind of trusting that things are going to be guiding you forward. And then we have awakening, okay? Yeah, so it is about those deeper emotions and that deeper knowledge and wisdom and things that you have deep inside of you that you are kind of aware of on an intuitive level. It's about kind of like understanding how to transform it and bring it into the surface, and bring it to the surface of your consciousness so you can express it and so you can be aware of it. Okay, so for perception, we have the 8 of Cups, and this is, oh my God, Saturn in Pisces, okay? So for the 8 of Cups, that definitely does talk about kind of walking away from something, okay? Walking away from something that's not emotionally fulfilling you anymore. But I also kind of see this as like you walking away so you can gain a higher perspective. Like you kind of um, like walking away from something that maybe has triggered you or has been like that just didn't settle right with you, that didn't feel good, but you're walking away more so you can just like get a higher perspective of what it is you're feeling, and just to kind of like gain a little bit more insight. For release, we have judgment. This is Pluto energy. Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. Okay, yeah. So there are some things that you need to release, okay? There are definitely some things you need to release. And the way that I see this going, I feel like the universe and Venus, your mother, your cosmic mother, she has kind of set this up for you. So I feel like you do end up having this, so you do have this awakening. But I see like a process going on here. So it's like you have to release some old stuff. You have to release some just some baggage from the past, maybe some negative thoughts that you have about yourself. Release some I'm feeling like some baggage, some baggage, just some things that are holding you back from really realizing your fullest potential, from really realizing what, your highest sense of self. For intuition, we have Knight of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. Okay, so intuitively, this is interesting. You might be like maybe instead of expressing what you're going through and your feelings, you might be using it as an excuse to like, you know, kind of like start looking at your financial matters and start looking at what you want to, like a strategy for the future, what you want to create for the future. I feel like intuitively, this is like where you go when you start feeling overwhelmed with emotion, or when you can't like figure out, it's like when you can't figure out something that's going on inside of yourself, or when you can't release something that's going on inside of yourself, you intuitively gravitate towards the things that you feel you have control over, which is your possessions, your money, your finances, your work. Because you feel you have more control over the material realm, and that makes perfect sense. I mean, with you guys being in earth energy, like you feel like you have more control over these little daily, like mundane tasks. So intuitively, you go towards that. Because these other parts of you, it's intangible. It's like those other sides to you, you can't physically see it. So it's, it might be a little bit more difficult to kind of like deal with it and understand it. For grace, we have 7 of Swords. This is Moon in Aquarius. Interesting. Huh. There might be someone in your surroundings who's being a little deceptive and sneaky and conniving, and you're like intuitively, you might even be kind of aware of it, but you're just using your grace and your charm and your perceptive energy to like, I don't know, it's almost like, okay, bye, I don't know. It's this charming, graceful quality for how you handle situations that you can't control, okay? There's this graceful quality to you that kind of allows you to move forward without, like, it does affect you. There's some sneaky behavior going on here. I don't know if this is you or someone else, but there's some like sneaky, this could be like, you might be like deceiving yourself a little bit here. And you kind of like cover it up with your charm and your grace. You know, deceiving yourself by not like facing your real emotions and your real feelings. But you kind of like cover it up with your charming, graceful attitude. I don't know, but I'm definitely, I'm feeling this is kind of like your inner self. And this is your outer self. So it's like your outer persona and your inner persona when you don't know how to deal with things. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger. You know, sometimes maybe your moon, if you have a very strong moon sign, like maybe if your moon is in Aquarius or something like that, you could deal with your emotions in kind of like a way where you kind of cover them up with your more Taurian energy, you know? You kind of cover up your feelings like that. So that's definitely something that I'm vibing on right now. Let's move on though. For kindred spirits, we have 8 of Swords, Jupiter and Gemini. This is really interesting. Okay, so this might not be, this could be related, the 7 of Swords, this moon in Aquarius could be related to a friend or somebody who's in your vicinity, because for kindred spirits, we do have 8 of Swords, which is kind of like you putting yourself in this mental turmoil. You're like overthinking things. You're probably thinking a lot about like maybe you guys had a little bit of a conflict or a falling out and you're like obsessing now and you're thinking about like, well, what did I do wrong? What did they do wrong? Like what's the issue here? Like what happened? And like it's maybe they're the ones who kind of had this sneaky energy and it put you in this place in your mind where you feel kind of entrapped with your own mind. Like, well, what the hell? What was that all about? There's something going on over here though with somebody. I don't necessarily feel it as a partner. It could be a partner, like a lover or something like that, but I see this more as like someone that you have a really, really kindred spirit kind of connection with, like a best friend or a sister or something like that. And maybe you guys on the surface are not really expressing how you guys are feeling about something that happened or something that was said. Maybe a behavior that they partake in. There's a kind of surface level thing going on here, and on the inside you're handling your emotions differently without talking about them. All right, enchantment, we have Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. This is a very action-oriented, aggressive kind of like I'm going to go say what I want to say kind of energy. It could be the full moon that's kind of pulling you. I feel like this kind of mystical kind of energy that's going on around you is like pushing you. It's like forcing it out of you. It's forcing this communication, this like, I need to say what I'm thinking, I need to say what I'm feeling, I need to say my opinion. It's kind of like forcing it out of you so you can like break, it's like helping you break free from your own mental bondage. For hope, we have 8 of Wands. Yeah, so this is Mercury and Sagittarius. This is really fast, fiery communication. This is like, like it's like you're hoping that just by saying what you think, saying what you feel, saying all this type of stuff, you're hoping that it's going to like purify, it's going to rebirth the friendship, rebirth the situation, take it into its next, take it to a higher place, take it to, so I think you're just kind of hoping that just by saying what you think, just like, I'm just going to get this off my chest, I'm just gonna communicate, I'm gonna do it and just like get it out there, and then you're gonna feel so much better. But you're also hoping that the other person is going to like understand why you needed to do that, not just for the sake of you, but for the sake of like the friendship. So for purity, we have King of Pentacles. This is your guys' card. This is Taurus. And you're just like, this energy kind of tells me like, you know what, I'm just gonna say what I need to say, and whatever happens, however they react, like I'm just gonna mind my business after that. And just, you know, like it's like there's this feeling, there's this sense of like purifying your own soul so you can get back to your position as this King of Pentacles. You know, this is that Taurian energy of getting back into that position of like power over your home, power over yourself, power over your sense of stability, power over your emotions, power over like everything. Just kind of like getting back into that place of power. And it's like, you know what? It's doing it more to purify yourself and just like leaving what's been said and what's been done in the hands of the other person, and just kind of having faith, I guess, having faith, because with King of Pentacles, we're definitely dealing with a kind of a spiritual kind of energy too. Having faith that things are just going to work themselves out, you know. And then the next card, we get into trust, okay? So just kind of trusting that things are going to work themselves out. So we have the King of Wands over here. So you could be dealing with a masculine. This could be a masculine energy. This is Leo. So these are two kings over here. So like, so I'm definitely kind of seeing this, you know, whether you're a female or male, it doesn't matter. But these are definitely masculine energy. These are energies that really take pride in their home, in their, you know, they're like, they got that boss attitude. So this King of Wands, so this person that you're dealing with, they are going to like come back at you like with that same fire energy that you gave them. So they're going to come back at you with that same kind of leadership fire energy. And this is probably why you guys are kindred spirits. This is probably why you guys do connect on a spiritual level, and why you're such good friends, because you're both kings. So it's like they're going to kind of like come back with that same kind of like fire, and they're going to be like, da 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 da. You know, they might get a little like fiery and argumentative and very passionate, like towards you, and you're just like facing the other way. Like, you know, like you said what you said, and now you're just going to focus on your shit, and they're going to kind of like start coming after you, Taurus, because you're the shit, you know. It's like, I love this King of Wands over here. Like, don't you turn your back on me. Who do you think you are? Do you know who I am? I'm your best friend. That's really funny though. Awakening, Ten of Swords. Ooh. 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 Interesting. Are you guys like, is this the ending of a friendship? I don't know. I don't know. But you're minding your business. Maybe the things that they say, it's going to hurt you. It's going to feel like there's an ending, but that doesn't mean, it doesn't mean like, I mean, I don't know what it means. We have to pull the last three cards out. I don't know what it means, but there's definitely an awakening here, some truth, you know, something that they say to you, something that they've done. They do something that kind of like, where you just go like, I see who you are. I know the truth now. Something, you become awakened to something. You become awakened to some truth. I don't know what though. Okay, so let's pull out these final three cards and see what happens. So we have the Three of Wands. This is Sun in Aries. The Knight of Cups. This is Pisces. And then we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius. Okay, so I don't really know if this is really revealing what's going on with this like situation over here. What's going on with this like friendship and this situation, but I kind of feel like you're just minding your business. Or you're just like taking some time to reflect, okay? Okay, so you've been awakened and you're taking some time to reflect here. You're kind of going about your business. You're going about your business. You're going back to your world of, to your world. You're on top of your mountain. You're finding that balance within you. This Knight of Cups energy is kind of interesting. Who is this Knight of Cups? The Temperance card here, this Major Arcana card, this is really about like alchemizing all those different things that are going on inside of you. Okay, it's a really good card. It's about balance. It's about inner balance. It's about achieving temperament and inner balance. But this Knight of Cups, I get this weird feeling like after you get this awakening and you just kind of like go back to your mountaintop and you just start reflecting and you just start kind of looking over at, the grandiosity of life right now, kind of trying to see what's next. Maybe you just start to, that's where you really start to feel your emotions, okay? Because I'm not vibing with this as a person. Usually when knights and kings and all that type of stuff appear, and these are 3 knights. You have the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and Knight of Cups. Usually when these knights appear, it represents a person, but I'm feeling this as an energy. I'm not feeling this as a person. It's almost like that Piscean energy that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, where you really start to feel your emotions. Maybe now it will be a good time to just listen to some music, listen to some music, kind of get lost in your feels a little bit. I mean, this is Scorpio season. Get lost, get in touch with your feelings. I'm feeling this is like getting in touch with your feelings in a really beautiful way. Like listening to music, reading poetry, things like that. That could be really, really good for you. And it could also inspire you in really beautiful ways. So that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing here with this Knight of Cups. This kind of like Piscean, romantic, poetic kind of energy kind of coming through. And this could definitely be, and this is what I was talking about as far as that underlying energy being like a string that pulls everything along. Because with your underlying energy being the guardian angel, I feel like the spirit realms are kind of like pulling these energies out for you, like to help you grow. This is that beautiful kind of Venus, your mother, your Empress. Venus is trying to kind of like pull through for you and show you the beauty and mystical, magical wonders of life through music and poetry and like things that spark your heart, things that spark that love inside of you to experience things in a beautiful way. And when that happens, when you start to kind of like open the portal to your heart again, what's going to happen is it's going to create this like peace inside of you. It's going to create this like inner angelic, just like peace and calm and balance, and just like, it's like your heart is going to be experiencing a more like ethereal kind of feeling. Okay, and you're gonna get into this like watery like it's like your soul is gonna start to swim a little bit more in the water, in the world of water. And it's gonna help you stay balanced. It's gonna help you like remain open, okay? So this is the message I have for you, Taurus. Come back for your mid-November and December reading to see how the story unfolds. Um, yeah, this is it. So I hope you guys have a good Halloween. If I don't put up a Halloween video, because I want to, but my costume hasn't come in yet. Have a good week, guys. Bye.